In, I think, 15 years they've been doing it, the first woman to win it. But I think that was only, I think it's probably around the time where they got to a demographic where there was enough women who were kind of applying for chartered engineership, and, you know, a matter of time before a woman won it eventually. Yeah, I was delighted. It was great. My mother was absolutely over the moon. Yeah, it was great to be kind of, I suppose, recognised and appreciated by a group of, you know, other chartered engineers who were, you know, they're the talented people in their business. So to be recognised by them was great. I work on a project called Carrington. It's a power station under construction at the moment in Manchester. So it will supply electricity to 1 million homes once it's up and running. So I spent the last 5 years now working on the gas supply. It's a gas-fired station. So building a gas pipeline, which is almost finished. We'll finish by the end of the year. So that's, I suppose, at the time when I applied for the chartered engineer and then won the finals, the project actually wasn't under construction, but we had spent, you know, about 3.5 years of developing the project, getting it off the ground, going through design phases and site investigations and all that kind of stuff to bring it to, you know, we're ready for construction now, let's go ahead. I suppose I couldn't hide from it. I come from a farming background, but my father used to always repair farm machinery and build agricultural trailers, and so it was always there when I was younger. And I have a sister who's a mechanical engineer and another sister who teaches engineering in secondary school. So it was always at the dinner table, the conversations. I did, you know, physics and honours maths in school, and it was just always really easy. It just came really naturally. Yeah, I did a degree in mechanical engineering in Cork Institute of Technology. So when I started in first year, there was 4 women in the class of 35. And within 2 months, we were down to 2 women in the class of 30-something. But yeah, that's kind of the numbers that were there at the time. Like, I have other colleagues now who, you know, who I've talked to over the years, and they were in classes of 50-50, men and women. They didn't have the same split, but it just depends on where you go to school. I suppose I've never really noticed or paid much attention to it, but you're always in the minority. That's just a given. It's not, you never question it because it's just always there. Maybe in the past there might have been, but growing up I never had that because, like, I have a sister who's an engineer. It was always automatic. We never questioned it, and I think maybe nowadays people have that old perception has carried on, whereas people don't realise now that there are so many women engineers out there. Engineering is based in science and math, and if you don't have those subjects, then, you know, it's more difficult to get into it. So if you start in schools where people are interested in those subjects and encourage them to do those subjects, then that gives them the foundation that then they can decide later if they want to do engineering. I think as well, for me, it started at home. So if you can kind of get into people's homes a little bit, and a lot of engineers I know, their parents are engineers, or they come from a background where they're an uncle who's an engineer or something like that. It starts with the parents as well. No, it was, like, the subjects were available. I did them, like, in secondary school I did technical graphics at the time, I don't know what it's called now. I did engineering for my leaving cert, I did honours maths, I did physics. They were always subjects that I liked, and, you know, I wasn't really interested in biology and home ec, to be honest. It just never occurred to me. They require hard work, and, you know, whatever you lack in talent you can make up for in hard work. I've always thought that, you know, I may not be the most talented engineer out there, but I work really hard at it, and that goes a long way. But if you put the hard work in, you will get the results. So I don't think people should be discouraged because they're hard. Like, okay, some people say engineering is hard sums. People think that you're going to spend your time, you know, doing calculations. You're not. You know, there's some engineers out there who spend their days looking at spreadsheets and calculations and research and all that kind of stuff. But there's other engineers out there who spend their day talking to solve problems, to get to a resolution on an engineering challenge. It's not all about the maths. Yeah, I am actually. I come from the family where it's always there talked about, and we've all gone off in certain different directions. Like, I have a brother who's a toolmaker and a sister who's an engineer, and we all do different things, but we always come back to, you know, sitting around the table solving a problem or talking about solving a problem. And that's what I do every day. You sit around a table and you solve a problem, and you work with other people everyone's interested in trying to get a solution, whatever that solution might be, and that's kind of the kick that you get every day.